just be the 2-0, and the underdogs continue to fall by the wayside here.
Yet to have an upset. In the 4 quarterfinals, FaZe Clan, so far, not as sweaty as they were coming into the yesterday's play. Yes, if you haven't missed that storyline, FaZe, one of the top favorites to qualify for the major, have had their slip-ups over here in Stockholm. And now they're
Watching
intently.
waiting.
They require one of the 4 underdogs in our quarterfinals to place last in the playoffs.
Yeah, so if this one continues to go in Astralis' favor and G2 Ents next, we will hear celebrations from all over the globe for FaZe. We'll focus in on this as dupreeh, aggressive, has spotted the player out towards the balcony. And, well, he got spotted too. The wallbang with the Glock. You don't see that every day of the week. Victor, he will punish. And that's a great opener here because now Fiend, they can regather in the 4v5 number advantage. They've still got their smokes. They've still got their flash and their Molotov. And they can hit either site right now. Now, the question is, does the 3-man stack of Astralis stay strong on this B-bomb site? Or does it pivot back over towards A to help out Zipex, who has these dualies that were actually, and I find it strange to be saying this, great on Nuke. He got 4 kills on the pistol with those.
I think it's filled in with confidence, hasn't it?
Yeah, and they are cheaper now, so I can slowly start to make more and more of a case. Them 30 bullets, right? But we are going back towards A, so the stack of Astralis has been rumbled, and they don't even know it yet. Zip, he's going to have to do the same as Nuke, but here on his own.
He doesn't need any help. Arch smoke, Moto smoke, dualies do connect, and someone will finish him off eventually. There's Hahn. So a 3v4 on the retake. Couple of nades in Magisk's hands. He might be able to get some chip damage done with that, and he does throw one
ready for
out.
this, are ya?
Oh, Hahn lives on. Dreamer, struggling to track a bouncy Bubsky. He's actually scooped up a Molotov as well. That's going to make Victor's problem that much greater. Oh, combined with the flash, Bubsky into the side.
Oh, not like this, boys.
No. Fiend falter at the final step of the pistol. It looked brilliant. Hard to track a bouncy Bubsky, and it builds into a retake. The combination of a recovered Molotov, a swallowed flash, the top site players, or a top site, I'm still on Nuke, the bomb site players getting absolutely rumbled, and look how it started.
It shouldn't be going down like this, right? We've spoken about retakes on Inferno, especially as one of the harder maps to be getting back on in. And all of that utility, well, all of that utility, the little bits of utility that you detailed there were more than enough. And that's a frustrating way to kick off this map, especially with it being your choice, right? We'd love to see Fiend get off to a really strong start here, a pistol, a conversion. But the plant's not bad, and well, they are going to be looking to...
What does it mean?
I mean, stand up at home and sway.
And maybe even touch your toes.
Yeah, that's good too.
Like, don't stretch out the hammies too far, but, you know, just get some early morning mobility. I just called it early morning. What time?
Early morning mobility at about 6:30 at night. Yeah. Now, early morning for some of you, especially you Aussies out there. It is bloody early in the morning, but we are back.
Today.
Bubsky, I thought you maybe had a tech issue, but he's hanging around. It's a 4-man B-lean here. Now, look at the guns. We've got a couple of Galils, a couple of AKs, a Deagle as well, but not a lot of nades right now. So, name of the game is going to be slow for Fiend. Now, hope as you're stretching, right? You're really just getting in deep to the stretches. Make sure you don't want to push it too far, but you want to be able to feel the burn. Those mollies won't be burning anybody over towards Banana. Currently nobody home. More util dipped on down. And Bubble actually, with the one smoke that they had, used over towards B. That's going to keep the feet planted at 2 on that site. But dupreeh's about to get some info. I don't know if he actually caught that on the jiggle. The bullets confirm what maybe was missed. And now they're going to turtle on up as Dreamer gets the duel and wins it. Lucky's down.
Yeah, gotta commit to this. So many bodies. How is dupreeh not dead? Oh no, Dreamer's down, Victor too. Magisk can still cause problems from the pit. He's such a nuisance, should be found, does get hunted down. Okay, damage control complete.
The Clutch Minister.
Yeah, what with it? An MP9. Signed by the Clutch Minister himself.
His Counter-Strike's MacGyver, Alex. He can make this work with a P250 and a decoy.
And some toothpicks. Red Star peeks out. No. Hahn getting a bit uncomfortable now. He should just take this fight. Zip. Leave him alone, Zip.
Halfway ticked.
Yeah, he's recovered some util. What is that? Smokes him off. Pushing the issue. Just trying to make this as stressful as possible. Good presence of mind here from Hahn. Relocates to Graveyard and just buys enough time for himself. Okay. Sigh of relief. Hahn secures the recovery from Fiend. That was a sketchy one towards the end there. We'll get to watch that one through the replay. So not forgetting, Dreamer opened this round up, and then Magis just reminded them who he is in that pit. dupreeh also contributing long range with the MP9. Zip making us all shuffle forward on our seat for a second.
We'll have another tech here. You could see Hani just took off his headset, talking straight towards the app.
Over the world now, and I can just, you know, I'm not a driver, believe it or not, I can't drive.
Yeah, the license has eluded you.
But well, yeah, I just moved to Germany when I was halfway through my lessons and never looked back.
Well, our lifestyle, we don't really need a car, right? So
No.
it makes sense.
But these e-scooters, man.
You
can
do enjoy it?
I just like, whenever I get the opportunity, I can just zip around a city, see it all, take some pics.
You ready for this?
Go on.
When was do you remember when you had that boo-boo?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know when that was?
Starlight of Berlin Major 2019.
There's the throwback.
Do you know how I did it?
On a bloody
So
e-scooter.
to fill everyone in, it was me and an assortment of the cast of the Berlin Major. Henry G was there.
Sue there?
She wasn't racing.
She
with
wasn't
us.
racing.
No.
She wasn't part of the speed racer gang.
No, but Henry and a couple of, I wish I could remember exactly.
We had James come to, we all went to a park, remember?
Yes, oh, that was nice. Oh, yeah, Jason was there.
Yeah.
That was
Trace
good
was
time.
there, I think, as well.
Some Späti Bier.
Yeah.
I was about to get French. Späti Bier im dem Park. That was bad. Sorry.
Wunderbar.
But yes, we basically did like, there was like a flat, like untrafficked area next to the Venti Music Hall, which is
Oh,
where we did
you
the
were
major.
racing.
Well, the first night, before we zipped home to the hotel on our scooters, we raced, and Henry had this cheeky strat to break the speedometer, right? So you're capped at 23 kmh.
Don't do this at home, kids.
Don't do this. I do not advise you do this. But if you manually scoot while at max speed, so I'm talking at 23 kilometers an hour, you pedal,
Yeah.
you stamp on the floor, you can break it up to 26. So he beat us, creamed us.
Of course he did.
But on the way into the office the next day, I was like, I need to practice the Henry G strat.
Yeah.
I need to practice the accelerated, speed limit push. And I just slammed my ankle into what's normally covered by a rubber cap.
Yeah.
I just slammed my ankle bone straight onto the exposed spiky nut.
I think they fixed that in the new models as well. So
I keep inspecting. I check
yeah.
every one I get on now, Chad.
probably a good thing.
Had the paramedic
Well, we
say,
went
you
to-
need to go to the hospital. I'm like, I need to commentate.
But we went to the hospital, and you were fine.
We did. Oh, yeah.
You had some pressure bandages put on. You didn't need stitches or anything. It was all good. It was
No.
just the bandages.
Yeah, I was fine.
We sorted you out. There was while I was waiting for Alex to be seen, because we had gone to a hospital in Berlin in the middle of the night. There was a woman who was in the waiting room with her boyfriend, and she hadn't eaten. She was hungry, and she was injured in some variety, waiting to be seen as well. And I had to go get some money because he didn't want to leave her, so I ran off to go grab some money for her, and I came back and they had left.
Oh.
Yeah. So I tried to do a good deed.
I see a return in the chat of people saying, what the hell is happening? Because you know what? I understand. Probably been...
He's back in.
Yeah, but he's been in like
No,
17 times, bro.
But look. This didn't happen before. They're restoring the round. They're restoring the round. Maybe it's happening. Everybody.
Okay, can we all... I know we're not going to hear each other, but can all of us actually, when this starts, have a little round of applause? Because we're going to get crowd soon.
Yeah.
But like, let's get a feel for it. Parler, if you
In
wouldn't
your-
mind playing along when that happens.
In
thank
your
you.
bedrooms.
Yeah, in your bedroom. You know,
Bedrooms.
your friends, your roommates might... Oh, my God.
Bubsky just said dot ready. Bubsky did just
Yeah,
say
but
dot
Fiend
ready.
have to say dot ready too.
Oh my God, Bubble just said dot ready. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the moment that you've all been waiting for. It is about to grace us. Both teams, Fiend and Astralis, have said they are ready.
We're just waiting for the admin. Imagine if his PC breaks
The
now.
admin is ready as well.
No.
And guess what? We don't have to
No.
wait for production because we've been live the whole time.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's happening.
Okay. Thank you so much for staying with us. It only took us an hour and a half.
Can I catch them up to speed?
Yeah, Chad, what on earth has happened so far here on Inferno?
Well, we had a whole map of Nuke. Astralis won that. Now we're on Inferno. Astralis won the pistol. Then Fiend bounced back with a Force Spy, and that is why we are in the Force Spy Wars round number 3. Let's get this one going.
Forgotten how to commentate.
Ooh-wee.
So Rome.
Built in a day.
Yeah, let's see if Fiend can extend play. Short poem by Alex, age 28. Deagles for the Danes.
Okay,
They've got the smoke defense, right? So this is where if Fiend do rest on their laurels, especially considering the damage they've already taken, Chad, if they rot that clock down to the 40-30 mark, they could find themselves running through smoke grenades into Deagles.
Oh, yes, indeed. That is normally the biggest factor here. So a minute 10, if they start to get a move on and execute B now, not so many problems, but they're going to get denied at this door. You can see Bubzkji lining something up here. Re-smoking. That's going to buy them till roughly 40 seconds of play. But he's been left alone right now, Zip, and he has one more smoke in his hands. He can throw a good one there from the back of the site. Bubzkji with a flash in his hand as well, and they're actually getting closer here. We know the Deagle doesn't do as much damage. That one's dropped. We're going to be seeing below the 30-second mark now. Magisk looking like he wants to gamble. He's coming over too. They're out of smokes for the defense. It will be the B finish.
All right. Zip up close. A three-man defense. Here comes the util, starting to sail through. They will have established the boost in time. Magisk anti. Zip, he's not Molotov. Oh, he is. It spreads. Forced to take a fight. Swinging out towards the pillar. He's yet to go down. No blood yet. Drawn. Now Zipex falls. And Red Star needs another. Can't quite track him in the smoke. Issues for Magisk. The last bullet out of Victor's spray connects. They bomb. Can't be contested now. Bubzkji's given it a good shot and actually nearly finished off Bubble long range.
Yeah, good spam, but I think this one could be done right now. You can see right now dupreeh hasn't rotated over to help his team at all. He's on the balcony over towards that A site, and Bubzkji, lucky well they're going to join him. So the Force by Wars, they've been one on out, but Astralis may as well keep what they have a double dip with it in the next round of play. And finally, we've had the third round of Counter-Strike here in map number 2 concluded.
Yeah, if anyone's concerned or confused about the average damage per round, I think we can all assume and understand why that's going to be a bit skew-whiff.
Yeah.
ADR is going to be bowed because they just spent an hour shooting each other while we waited to resolve that tech issue. I'm sure we can remove it from there. Oh, it's already gone.
Yeah, beautiful.
Wow, I didn't even finish my sentence. There you go.
Rush is listening. He's always there. But thank you to everybody for sitting by. It was obviously a long one, and now we can focus in on the game here. So, Fiend, this is their map choice, and we'll set the context again just in case you forgot. I could understand why. If Fiend win here today, it'll have to be the 2 maps straight now to convert this best of 3. But that would secure them for the major. It would lock them in. Yeah, for Astralis, they are vying for a Legends position. So they want to continue through this upper bracket. Well, not upper bracket. The playoff bracket. So they want to win as well here. Both teams with a lot to play for. The legend status, it is big. Does mean a lot. And, well, Lucky with some warning shots of his Deagle. Nades following his footsteps, but they've been able to dodge those. And this should just be an easy round for Fiend again. If they want to execute beat, no dramas. It'll be similar to what we previously saw, unless Lucky goes massive.
Oof, that damage is massive. Swallows the grenade. Shrapnel to the liver. Looking to chop up Bubble here. The timing on his peak was everything. Just shy of the head, so space to be taken. Boost to be pre-fired, and yeah, Red Star caught a glimpse of that as well. One back, straight through the smoke is Zip, contributes a little.
All right, well, Bob's going to go down, and 40 seconds thrust onto the clock. Now Astralis can hang around and try and do a little bit more damage, or see if they can walk away with an AK. Zip with a second. 6 HP plus the 30 of Bubzkji, so operating with very little here. Fiend just trying not to hemorrhage anything else, but they will be converting their third. No kit, no chance for the defuse, and the kills are just going to get mopped up. There we have it, Han and Victor. They'll seal the deal. And now it's about refocusing, getting back to the task at hand. Astralis getting into the buy rounds are going to be having M4s, 4 of which, and 1 FAMAS. No kits are being purchased here, so that may be a little bit of a drama if we get into a post-plant scenario. AK's out for everybody on Fiend, so no dramas in their buy department whatsoever. But this is where we get into the early stages of this. Are we going to see 3-man banana leans? Are we going to see nades left over? Are we going to see stacks towards porch side? The Astralis CT defense, a lot riding on this right now as we have the deep mid smoke out from Astralis as their opening move.
Yeah, ballsy from dupreeh going for that late nade. Actually lands perfectly into the tunnel. No one available. Catch some flak.
Now, it is just the standard hold out of Astralis here, and, well, the standard default from Fiend. They're going to work on that banana control late. Once the CT smoke subside, they're also getting Pulse and Boiler. And to have that early is great. It applies a lot of pressure towards this A defense. You can see Lucky on the arch side. He's the only man really contesting mid. Magisk is putting some warning shots through from the balcony. And they also have dupreeh over towards the bomb site. Passive on both fronts here, Astralis. No banana information and very little mid information now that Lucky's been smoked off.
Pressure up this long side. It's Lucky's responsibility Smoke will be fading shortly. Now, I suspect there's more to come from that respect. Bubble's just containing at this point. He's just playing a jiggle flash defense. The smoke will lock him off. He'll be forced to make a decision. And actually, his decision is to stand and fight. They're going to boost. Nerds! Oh, spotted out. Bubble already draws first blood. 30 seconds, Chad. They're going to wrap. Zipex pulls to address Bubble. And if he just bides his time here, it's a one-man defensive B. Looking great for Fiend for the fourth. That's the find. Bubble contributing heavily. Only Bobski on the side. A single FAMAS frag will not cut the mustard.
Be a save here.
And that's the end of that. 4 already flying out of the gates after that long technical break. And they're building a nice nest egg of cash as well, keeping their bodies alive in these conversions. You've only seen, what, minimal frags from the Astralis members. Obviously the pistol frags, but bar that, we've seen them die just twice over these last 2 rounds.
That was pretty simple as well right there. So that divider smoke that they've thrown over towards Arch, I want to talk about the importance of that. Oh, hold up. The importance of this is everything right now. Dreamer on the chase has taken down Magisk, and Lucky's in a similar position. Dreamer is coming to clear this. You want to take these rifles away. It's going to make the next round easier, but Dreamer doesn't want to push the issue further. Thinks that Lucky may be hiding elsewhere. But that Arch smoke we just saw that Astralis tried to boost over, the reason that's a good smoke is because if your defender is playing from Moto or Library, he then has to go back to CT spawn. There can be a timing where maybe you can creep across, but it also draws him further away from the A site. You can see here Bubble catching that boost. So a nice little attempt from Astralis to deal with that, but not being able to get what they were looking for there. Yeah, so this is where Astralis, with the max loss bonus coming into play in the next round, can go for a half buy, right? They can spend down roughly to about that 2K mark. You know you're going to get the 3,400 in the next round to play. So as long as you have enough to buy, that's the golden rule.
It may seem like yesterday, but on Nuke, we saw Astralis converting a couple of these.
It was a couple of hours ago.
It was. Bubbles catches some heavy flak there. 2 nades to his thigh, responsible for the entirety of this B site. And in the meantime, you have a little apartments project, Dreamer and Red Star looking at a potential investment.
Well, they've already been able to deal with these lighter rounds. Now, these are the type of your Fiend that you have to convert, right? You can't be dropping one like this and, well, you need to get that nade out of your hands if you're Red Star. There it is. In case anybody's close on the boost, just wanting to do some flak damage. If you can handle these and you can keep these rounds neat and tidy, that's great. These are the ones that you have to lock on in, because then when we get to the gun rounds it's more contested, you've already got 5 rounds in the bloody bank.
Bingo. And they've also already managed to draw all of the utility out of them, just through presence alone. Zipex fell under threat, drops his smoke, buys time, rotates on its way through Speedway. Victor will have heard that. And the util drop. This is the good final commit, though. They've got one single flash remaining. Lucky, though, still catching one. Issues. Lucky promising another. The smoke, he's ahead of it. They did throw a deep CT smoke, and now there's still bodies on the site. Bubski looking to ruin everything. Doesn't quite disrupt enough. 20 seconds. They're all at the back of the site. The rotate's in.
Someone has to plant.
They do need to be getting that bomb down, Chad. Dreamer's already had a chunk taken out of him. Lucky can contribute even early. Go on, he's pushing. Oh, and they've denied the bomb. It's fallen apart at the seams for Fiend. 9 seconds only. Han, he's gone. And Astralis with nothing. A light buy. Mag 7, absent Kevlar, post their second.
Look what they have right now. 4 AKs. They just picked up 4 AKs out of that.
Where's the smoke?
Oh, it's so late. And Lucky, the second one straight on through. It looks good, doesn't it?
There was a gap. Yeah, the no smoke icon, but the first he did catch it pre-pop. Big contributions from the Astralis rookie.
Oh, dearie me. I cannot believe how tasty that Astralis buy looks now. And the fact that that was on the partial, right? So they get a lot of money to spend. They're going to get all their nades. The kits are there. The armor as well. They have to convert a consecutive here to even start breaking Fiend, but that's a good one to win. And I was just talking about how important that round is going to be for the Bulgarians, because you're not going to get too many opportunities with Astralis on the back foot. So you need to make sure that you can take them when you can. And while both teams will equip the AWP, one for Han, one for Lucky, everybody has an AK in the server other than that. You don't see this very often, guys, let me tell you that much. And we see the deep mid-smoke being thrown again from Astralis. It's a 4-man B lean early.
What are they up to? Magisk spots out by Han, but unable to connect. Everyone has just put a magazine into that smoke. Very sus of that aggressive mid-smoke. I mean, you can get aggressive maneuvers through it, flashing through it, etc., but chilling their beans.
I think Astralis have liked with that smoke to do those deep mid-nades, right, to get the AWPers and the little chicken pit players. But here we go again. Now they've taken territory, and lucky, Red Star is just on the other side of that doorway.
Likely a little shaken from that round. That felt like a must-win or a likely win. Smokes are deployed. Looks like it'll be a short-side advance here, Chad. So Lucky's about to get some action. And that'll do for him. Actually, wow, sticking a ground round. He does have that molly burning to buy time. And actually, dupreeh wants to re-aggress on this. A flash and confirmation. Red Star booked on the brackets.
Beautiful.
They take the space right back from them in a smoke for good measure. What do you do now, Chad?
This is huge.
Where do you go?
They have to go back towards B here. They can either try and flash and pop on through that. They are. They're going to fight. They're fighting mid.
Oh, and he's ready. dupreeh plays anti-flash.
Oh.
So much damage inflicted. Victor and Han have to be careful. The CT Incendiary buying more time. Oh, and they're running out of time, but not players. Bubzkji falls on his aggress. They are going to pivot. Xyp9x is sprinting out, puts on his running shoes.
It's a good fight for Han with the AWP.
If he goes Coffin side, he might just be able to deny the plant. It's a question of who they bodyguard and where they choose to hold. Lucky holding the line. 8 seconds. Victor does get across, but Xyp9x is there, and this is a big denial. Astralis will take it. And a beautiful sequence of the defense.
Beautiful mid-round move, right? It was the molly that they had thrown, right, to lock off mid, right? It meant that the top player was isolated. Normally what you see, right, is a more Fnatic-esque style where they would throw the smoke top mid from pit and then retake, but that molly completely denies any support that's possible. So a great move from Astralis to take back the mid control against the default here and setting themselves up for success. It gets flustered, Fiend do their best, and they use their second timeout here already. But that's great. Now Astralis with 2 consecutive rounds right now. They bounce back from this, and it is probably going to take some time for both of these teams to completely wake up and get back into the swing of things.
Speaking of...
Drink some water, guys.
Yeah, Hydro homies, pay attention. Bet you haven't quite been thinking about it. It's easy to forget.
There was enough money to go for another buy here, so we will see 4 AKs coming out once more on the T side of things, and it will just be Red Star with the dirty dig in his hand. Util not shabby either. Looking good in the smokes and flash department. Be a couple of Molotovs littered across.
Nothing like some room temperature water.
I feel good. I have issues with my teeth, so room temperature water is my go-to.
Apparently we're supposed to do that if we're talking as well, but I just love a crispy ice cold. I want like the little chunks of glassy ice in my drink. That's the badger. 3 up, second mid. Let's see if they can have some more pace to this, Chad. I suspect that the clock's been getting the better of them. They do want to like just prove to themselves that they can find an entry within that first 40, 50 second window. So we are going to see if they can shape that up. Victor's dispatched to join the pack of the apartments. A passive hold of Banana for now, not investing anything into it. And speaking of investing, their utility, it's rather light. You've got the smokes required. You'll have your Moto, your Arch, wherever they desire. And it is coming quick. Thick, fast, 3 on site. Magisk in pit. This is where he does all of his best work on Inferno. And that'll be enough of a deterrent. Long, Lucky.
Oh,
the
completely
trigger.
blind.
White screen doesn't matter. Tucked in now. The loss of Bubzkji may lead them back to B. Victor considering a wrap.
They have to push mid. Astralis have to take top mid control back here. If they don't move now, it's all on Zip. He's stranded.
Oh, man. Good call here. They got so much time to work it out. Astralis miles away from aiding him. And Victor's going to have the whole rotate down. They'll have to go Banana.
I think Zip's going to give them the sight and play retake here. This is really his only choice. Right, there's no nades, but they're walking in.
Oh, what an angle. Working with nothing. They'll have to hunt him. Get that bomb down, Red Star. Bomb to be planted. 3 from Banana. Zip kicking. And now a man advantage for Astralis. They're making this one threatening. Quick to boost up. A quick shot out of Lucky and falling apart here for Fiend. Crossfire's good. What's he up to? Han goes and takes the fight on his own, and now Red Star has to handle 4 Danes barreling towards him. And that's the end of that.
Beautiful. Again, a great reaction. Again, within the mid-round.
Raw.
That shot is huge, right? But Astralis, they've identified the problem and they solved it quickly. That right there is the highlight to me, because Fiend, they're really punishing this Arch side. That's not the first time we've seen them put pressure on that side of the map. They're able to deal with these rotations of Astralis very well. But there are solutions to this puzzle, right? And I'm kind of blown away that Astralis have been... I know it's Astralis, right? But still, they haven't hesitated in the way that they wanted to solve these problems either time. And it's worked brilliantly in both scenarios here. So That's rattled Fiend now.
It looks so dire.
Yeah, but that's the only way back in.
That's the only way back in. Play retake and plays it well.
See, there could be a problem, right? If somebody stayed mid to stop that push, that's the difference maker, right? But the Fiend, with the numbers and no utility, had to go in. But they've already broken them. So 4-4, it's going to be a light buy, some Deegs, P250 a scout, and Astralis, now they want to keep one clean here. We spoke about Fiend needing to convert before. This is one that Astralis can't let slip if they want to get it done in 2. And obviously, by the time this finishes, it's probably going to feel like a best of 5. Dreamer won't test his luck there.
G2 Ents as well to be looking forward to.
Well, lucky Ents play quite fast Counter-Strike. They might be able to catch us up. Dreamer's on his lonesome here. You can see he's the furthest forward of the pack. It's back towards the B site. They're going to turn their attention. And Bubsky, more like Bravesky.
Yeah, and that's the bomb leading the charge. Bubbles delivered it. And now utility can be dumped. Oh, he's only got 8 bullets.
Burning.
He's burnt a little. Careful now. Respect the half wall. Bubsky doesn't need any more bullets. A backflip from Hahn, and that's the finish. Silence, sure, but loud in the feed. We see Bubsky posting 4 in the single magazine. Style points for him. Astralis post their 5th, and that is 4 on the trot, Chadney.
Nice stuff here. So changing the traffic here, bit of changing of the guard in this second map. Interested to see now the guns come back out if the pressure point continues to be that arch side of middle, right? Clearly able to identify, yep, Bubsky goes down, he's a B defender, let's slink on through. Can there be a change up? And there's the man on your screen right there, Bubble. What's he going to call? What does he think the solution is? Because Hahn will get his AWP again. This time some more aggressive util down. You can see that CT molly just going to slow down any more aggressive maneuvers. Nade from, yeah, Bubsky there. That one's to do with the close cubby, but it was actually the one deep down mid as virtue of this smoke that has done a chunk damage right now. And Magisk, what are you doing?
He's pipping a gap.
This is nuts.
Pipping a gap. Red Star does react in time. Okay, man advantage. They are the walking wounded at this point.
Where did he think they were going to be? They can't be banana. Bubsky's got it covered.
Yeah, good point. Are they either T-spawn or they're coming to you?
So Magisk there with a risky one, but
I think he's feeling himself. They've strung together some very impressive rounds so far, so.
This gets hard now, though, right? I know they are low on HP. Well, at least 3 of them are going to be a one-shot to the head for this M4.
Safe from the flash on that half wall. Safe from that, too. Catches Bubble looking. He had so many questions he had to answer, but he does it on his own.
Dreamer again up towards Apartments. We've seen it once. We'll see him here again.
You can see the responsibility being ironed out here. And, oh, what a peek from Lucky catching that Dreamer. Yeah, you're right. Fortunately, that's not the case for the remaining 3, but this man advantage short-lived.
Well, the Ants go marching in one by one. Hurrah.
Hurrah.
And now they have to go away. We have 25 seconds on the clock. And again, the Jules, they're easy to isolate. There's nothing making Astralis feel uncomfortable here, and they're going to pick up their 6th round without any dramas whatsoever. Victor, now with only 18 seconds left on the clock. Too many to find, looking flustered on the spray.
dupree's not going to give you a thing, and that Molotov burning a hole in his pocket. And that's about it. 6. 5 on the trot. There was a pistol, Fiend with a lovely response, and a lovely consecutive 4. But following that, it's just been one-way traffic. Good catch from Red Star, but they can't build a round out of it. Left looking a little silly. Dreamer getting caught out on the Apartments as well. Just a 2-man setup is all it took for the Astralis boys here. And maybe, dare I say it, a timeout necessary just to get your head screwed on tight.
This is number 3 already. They're into their 3rd timeout right now on the T side.
Okay.
Yeah, they're into their 3rd, and we've only had 10 rounds played so far. So you want to make sure on your map pick, if you came in with a key game plan, that at least it's working. And there's the Astralis fans. There you are. Some of you got your jerseys on. Some of you got some flags, having a great old time. If you want to join the mix, iem.gg/fancamps. Find some like-minded individuals. Talk about your favorite team.
Make friends. Play Counter-Strike with them.
Well, don't go that far. That's how you lose friends.
Yeah, you're right.
Magisk, what, mate?
What are you up to?
I think like he's sat there for long enough. He's like, I don't want to wait for these slow rounds. Are these guys serious?
I think that might be the case.
I'm just going to fight them. And dupree's like, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. We can get this done.
Oh, that's going to put him back on the defense, I think. M4 is recoverable. But what do you do with that?
Maybe inspect it. It's a good-looking skin. He does have head armor. And he could isolate one of these fights here. Now, Porch side seems to be the plan.
Bubzkji might have a little look here. It's a question of when he chooses to release that crouch key. Bang.
Yeah, all right. He chose at a pretty opportune time there, didn't he? Caught me off guard. Call that 7.
I think you're right, though. I think he's on it. He just wants to get it done now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he just wants to speed run the second map. Magiska's 2 rounds out of the last 2 just held W.
Yeah, look, the window when you can get if there's flashes behind it, the second mid push, that one was a bit odd. I like it, though.
Let's keep track of it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this call.
4B.
4B. Are you going to run down? What are you doing? Just nades, standard stuff, and, well, they are all here.
Well, this is where Fiend had success earlier. I know most of you may have forgotten about it, but it was a couple of B executes against the pistols, and that was quite tidy. Now, even more nades and flak damage being done. 2 players chunked on down, and they're boosting over the wall. That is one of the solutions as Bubzkji tries to throw out a flash to Zip.
So I guess that's an alternative to just running and dropping them and immediately rotating as you go, throw some, drop some. Yeah, you throw your offensive ones, drop your defensive ones for them to pick up.
That's a good way to frame it. Another one.
Bang.
Oh!
Right on the money. I'm going to check in on util damage.
Swallowed that one, didn't they? Now 3 of them just having to limp in towards this B bomb site. Dreamer, again, tasked with second mid, and the rest of them looking to execute B.
11 rounds in, Chad?
Yes?
No, not you.
Oh.
Magiska's nearly got 300 utility damage.
Oh, that's beautiful stuff.
11 rounds in. That's 3 kills just from his Pokeballs.
Be careful there, Bubzkji. They are coming. They've even tucked into the power position with Victor here, so they need to set up their util. Bubble and Dreamer with some smokes. Now Dreamer's joined the pack. The rotation coming from dupreeh now. Look at the nades on dupreeh as he comes on over. Oh, he's not even going to throw them. He's just going to give them on over. All right, Bubzkji, here you go, mate. You get to throw these ones out. And Alex, it's at 30 seconds, mate.
Yeah, that's the perfect
Oh,
That's the perfect util.
miserable.
You just have to wait. So now you're going to have a 10-second 5v5 to plant and kill 3.
Here we go. They're going to flash and go through it. They have to. They have to go through it. They can't wait.
No fun for anyone. Zip anti. Bubzkji strikes. A double from him. Good flash at least, but that's it. Bubzkji 3. dupreeh the pair, and that is the end of that. Astralis just spent the entire round throwing nades at B.
That's one of the things that the people at home were theory crafting about. That can be such a problem here. But you consider how many nades they just used there. A was very light on. It's just fortunate that Fiend have now been bullied away from the A bomb site and really felt like they had no choice other than going B. So it has to do with the mind games as well. This wouldn't pay off in the same way unless this was the strategy that they were going for. So Astralis reading the game well, and Magisk, the in-game leader currently, calling a good game.
Yeah, I mean, the only counter to that, like if you're on that T side, is Dreamer getting answers on A.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He just stayed passive.
Because they've been picked off.
Oh, yikes. More nades coming downtown. Safe for now. They're equally socially distanced. Maintaining the bubble at all times.
That ruler out between them here, but Bubzkji, well, he's a fan of taking space, and he's pushed all the way down Banana, has the oversight of Zipex again. These 2 AKs that are out to play in the hands of Dreamer and Red Star, well, they're the only keys to success, and they will need to find an opener.
Device did so much great work for Astralis in these Inferno CT sides, and they're pushing the issue. That's mean. Bubzkji, just as they're not coming to his site, he has to bring the fight to them, and now looking very shaken. Fiend, they're being beaten up here.
Yeah, this is really just a bullying act right now.
Oh, and Magisk actually landed a dink. dupreeh converts onto Dreamer's apps pop, but yeah, Red Star short. He knows dupreeh was around that graveyard position. Han equipped with the bomb, but only the Deeg, and that's not going to get him far. Oof. Yeah, so those 4, Chad, you know how you said it's good to be getting them early, getting that 4 under your belt. You really haven't seen much else in the Fiend department coming into the tail end of this half.
This many kills, Alex, in the spree of rounds. You want to get that for the viewers at home?
9?
9 kills in the spree of rounds that the Astralis have been able to slowly, well, not slowly, definitely pound on right now. And remember the round that they won to get themselves back in this? The lucky saved M4. The lucky save silenced M4, Bubzkji in the smoke.
Soon that Astralis fan will be able to take his scarf and his shirt to an actual arena.
That'll be cool. That'll be fun.
Can't wait.
Not far away from that now. be great to return. But yeah, nine kills in.
They are really forcing the issue here. This is you know what? We can use this as an example of, Chad. You know how I was telling you Movistar riders, they find it difficult when we're getting disrespected.
That's what this is.
This is exactly what this is.
Yeah.
This is what the scrims sometimes feel like. You know, they're just running you down. Like you find yourself in comms going, push taps.
Yeah. And in that situation now, like, previously, in a lot of the earlier rounds, they were getting the space and respect. Right? I know that Magisk was still pushing, but they were still getting the space they needed to try and go for these executes. At this point now, it's just, it's jarring. It's a little bit belittling in a way as well. Because
well, you don't get to play, the strat is irrelevant when you've lost 2 players to pushes.
Exactly. Now you're playing out a 3-on-4 situation with Red Star on 20 HP.
Hello?
There we go. Now we're talking. Well, there's a smoke.
They might just have to run through it.
Yeah, they're going to run boost, yeah. It's desperate, but they have to.
And it might catch Zip off. Might. Oh, still gets 2 of the 3. He ignores Victor. Eliminates the rest. Lucky puts it to bed. 10 for Astralis. Running to finish this series ASAP.
9 in a row now.
Yeah, and it is Rocky for Fiend. 4 measly rounds on this T side. 1 last bite of the cherry. And this is how dupreeh opened up proceedings. You see Red Star's just like in the middle of his default, just trying to get himself into the apartments and already losing his partner in crime.
Yeah. If they can get the 5th here, right? I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel just like during that fill here. But if they can grab this round, it's actually double AWP defense now. Bubsky's even brought one out for the B side of things, so that's curious. But if they can get 5 on the half, it's not too shabby. They can work with that once they flick on over to the CT side, but they need to get past Lucky's AWP, who, lucky for them, dipped on back towards that arch side. Flash up mid, warning shot, and they're running him down right now. You need to hit one of these, and he does. Good for it. dupreeh chimes on in, and now it's just 3 more kills again. dupreeh swinging out there blind, and he's going to get it all done.
Oh, Astralis definitely want this done. Standing desk, not equipped for dupe.
I think there's some stats that might be a little bit on the contrary to that, but regardless, if anything, Zonic will have drilled it into his team just how important it is to close early. And, well, as the cliche goes, this pistol round is going to be very important in doing that. They're bored on in.
Just waking him up. Hey, Bubsky.
Hey,
it's the most deceptive scoreline.
Subliminal messaging while he's asleep.
Oh, let's see how this one goes. It has not gone well for Fiend, at least not on the T side. Astralis looking absolutely rigid, turgid in their defense.
5 Kevs in the server, and, well, that's not their names. It's the armor right now that Fiend have. Haven't gone for any util, don't have a kit. Now, there's a HE, a smoke, and a flash for Magisk. Zipex with a smoke and a molly of his own, and right now they are turning their attention towards this A bomb site. 4 of which are trundling up through the apartments. That util from Zip, he could limp the smoke out onto the balcony and molly 2 players who don't have a smoke of their own. They will have to run, they will have to hide here. There's that smoke I was talking about. And that molly, it shouldn't be too far behind.
He's going to flash him out. Victor's playing anti, but not anymore. Molotov down, the flash popped, Streamer eliminated. Victor needs the last to find a head. They are in jeopardy. Han in trouble. Now, Red Star is tucked in for this headshot angle, but he's been spotted out as well. And Astralis are in no rush. There's 3 of them hanging out in this pit. It's a little pit on action. Nade involved. Han does find the head of Magisk, and it's up to Bubsky to try and level the odds. He's not far off the job. It does favor Fiend heavily now. I mean, USPs have been found, so it is going to be an even duel in that long-range engagement on Moto. Don't want to overextend as Bubble, and yeah, that time's starting to run thin.
They have to push the site players, but if Bubble keeps going for peaks out of library, it's going to make it very, very difficult.
That would be cool.
I don't think you can get up that high.
Okay. Problems then. Significant problems. He has to take a gap, and yeah, Han does eliminate dupreeh, thrust into a 10-second 1v3. And he's trying to run him down. They're playing it passive. You can't blame him, can't fault him. And just by not moving, Bubble probably the MVP of that.
Yeah, so his presence was the issue there, right? Because if he could swing out at any moment, the 2 pit players always having to be wary of that. And you can see how desperate it got. But the idea was great. And you can see Victor and that of Dreamer are forced out of position here. But Victor does an awful lot. He actually does more than he should have there. The fact he gets 2 kills is, well, really, what ends up being round winning. So here we go. On the back foot are the Danes. And Bubsky, he's having a bit of fun. We know his sitting positions can be exactly that, but he's decided to go with a Zeus. And I don't know where he plans to use that, but they are pushing the issue.
Yeah, gonna give them a taste of their own medicine here. Just quickly running them down mid.
I think everyone's speedrunning this. This is great. This is the Antikas how they used to be, and Inferno a long time ago, where the CTs would push.
Hello.
What?
They're not getting any more. Oh, okay. Victor's solved the problem.
He insta-died there. That was
I think
really quick.
Just insta-clicked in
Unison.
synchronicity.
Ooh.
In sync.
Synchronized swimmers is always interesting. They're doing it in the water, upside down, with goggles and a nose plug in, and earplugs.
Yeah, and treading water.
And a swimming cap.
Pretty insane.
Yeah.
I haven't met many synchronized swimmers.
I haven't met any.
No?
No.
Strange. You'd think there's, you'd meet a few more in your time.
Definitely so, especially in our line of work.
Well, precisely.
I wasn't sure who was going to break first. Okay, well, here we go. AKs, the
Hey.
gun round. We're getting there because Astralis opted not to purchase. So, Galil for Bubsky, AKs for the rest. It's going to be a MP9 and a FAMA for Fiends here on their... Well, we can't call it a bonus, but it's the closest thing they'll be getting. This nade is going to hurt. It's going to sting. It's more to Magis, the man behind Bubsky here, but the bullet's on through. An extra 5 as a second HE lands at their toes as well. Now this is necessary for Fiend to get back into the mix. They win this one, we can really start the story of the comeback.
Pretty heavy flex as well from that M4A1S. The Knight.
That's Bubbles' fourth kill here. He got 2.5, and that's well, he's got 2 in this second half already here. So look, he can definitely wake up and turn things around. It was a hard T-half to call, that's for sure. But down a man again, Astralis. 2 players about that half HP mark, and they will have to regroup and regather towards this top banana position. Plenty of smokes. They could do CT, they can do coffins, they could even do a wall if they would like.
And right now, it is only Red Star and Bubble. Red Star, you can see he's going to drop a reactionary smoke so as to keep them guessing. He'll be able to peek out on the left and right side of New Box and the pillar.
There it is.
Good time to drop it. They can pre-fire it all they want, but it's Bubble that will be activated here. He's smoked off for now. They're going to look to isolate the duel. Great flash. It's actually Bubble that set his teammate up for the first frag, and they're brought in the clock well. Look at the timing on this. Great time to boost up. Astralis left with nothing, a clean one out of Fiend, and I think that conversation can be started. Though it was a very, very long, arduous wait, though Astralis came in so dominant into their CT recovery. Fiend winning this first gun round, thrusting the Astralis boys back down to a light one. This gap will close.
Yeah, so it was 9 in a row for Astralis. Sorry, it was 10 in a row for Astralis to close out that first half, right? So now they're finally feeling what it means to lose again. So 3 now down the gurgler. And not many Fiend fans. Maybe you guys want to go join them.
Yeah.
Give them a bit more support, give them a bit more love here. One of the underdog teams, we know that they obviously vying for one of those major spots.
And put in a solid shift in the group stage to be here present in the playoffs. And the fact that they are one best of 3 away from the major.
Yeah, I think that works. Even I won't. I'll mess it up. I'll mark it up. I don't want to do that. We'll save it. But yeah, this really now can become Fiend's comeback, right? Because this is going to have to be just a partial investment here from Astralis. They have the max loss bonus into the next round of play, so it will be as lighter by. Now, a round like this did go against Fiend on Nuke. If you do remember, they ran down the double AWPs.
Yes.
So they can't have that happen again. Now, they don't have any AWPs in play, so at least there's that's going for them. And they're going to go for a 3-man top banana lean here to try and stall out any of Astralis' early moves. Molly off the skybox to the close wall. Zipex is through, and Zipex has found the opener. That is massive.
Wow. That also is massive. Huge amount of damage dealt, and there's more nades to be thrown. They have to respect that with pools as shallow as that in the health department.
I thought the jungle was massive.
Wicked, wicked. Walking through this smoke, I suspect. Ooh, it was well timed, but telegraphed and evaded.
This is actually a great gap. They have all arch side to work with right now. Hans dropped that nade, and he's actually found himself in the A bomb site here. So these footsteps will be heard, and they're wrapping onto the site.
Oh, spot out mini pit can suspect that the Deagles will struggle at this range. Magis doesn't. Well tracked in the end, and Han cleaning up nicely. Now, the M4 was recovered. Red Star's not going to allow that to get out of hand, and Fiend will pull it back to an 8th.
That was
4 on the trot.
That was good. That was good. That you see the angle that he adopted. He just crouched. He didn't poke his head up to get one dig in towards that mini pit. Right? You see a lot of players, they want to take the fight over that wall. Well, when you take the fight over that wall, your head is the only thing that's showing right there. So this is what I'm talking about from Dreamer. Just really managing the fact that if he stands on up, maybe punished, and good kills. So 11-8.
And as soon as he did release that crouch key, he did get D.
Yeah. The wall kind of acts as like a linear line to where to place your crosshair, right? So helping him out a bit there, but Han...
Oh, that's got a timer on it, and he knows.
Yeah, not shy. Lucky has an AWP as well in play here, so needs to be a little bit careful with those type of maneuvers.
Yeah, and the Bulgarian AWPs, once again, Han's trying to thrust his name onto that list. Circ and Poison have really had a flamboyance and have been a very impressive presence in the international scene, breaking out of the local Bulgarian rosters. Now, I think Han is the highest rated member of Fiend, and he's been looking to add his name to that list.
We did like Dennis Law the other day as well in the AWP.
Yeah,
he was looking pretty good from Skade, but Bubble, you've had a rough one, mate. You can't continue to have a rough one here.
Oh, Bubsky boosted up at his body shots. Bubble had a chance and a time to react. 16th conceded for him. That will sour the mood a little in the Fiend camp, because now operating at a disadvantage, and there's still plenty of time, plenty of nades, everything Astralis desire to commit to this site and to isolate a little. Dreamer opting for the setup. He's the one with the util, so might have to leave Graveyard and throw some reactionary stuff.
Han's going to be smoked off here, so it's going to be all on these A defenders. They need to slow this down.
Peeks out again. Dreamer contributes with the double. Oh, that's something. So is the wall bang from Lucky. That should open the door a little bit. Han, he's found a gap, tracks well,
Nice
Zipex down on the drop, they're actually converting into the site. Bubsky denies, only Red Star in a 1v2, he can find him. Lucky saves Astralis. It was looking so good for Fiend. The hard part you thought was over. Lucky bails him out twice.
I can't believe that. The cavalry arrived in time. This is how it all started, right, with the kill from Bubsky.
I thought it was over, not after this, but after I saw Han delete it.
Yeah.
That was this shot here.
I agree. Right, it looks too good at this point, doesn't it? Bubsky with an Bubsky's round, right? You know, in the chaos of the round, it doesn't feel like it, but Bubsky, great stuff from him. I think he's gotten himself up to almost that 20 frag mark now, 19 leading the server. So a big boy game from Bubsky here, and we're loving to see it.
To be fair, it seems like Astralis needed it.
Yeah.
Without him in the feed, that's 9, and the gap would close to 10, likely. So, yeah, Astralis have posted their first T round, and it's big thanks to Bubsky.
Now, this is where it does really start to get into the details of things. Fiend will be broken if they lose this round as far as the finances go. So if they lose the site early, keep your eye out for a save round. They're going to want to keep these guns going forward to keep them as competitive as they can. But this is where Astralis can take control of the game. And, well, Han's not done with the aggression here. There's a timer on that. Now, obviously, the reps that they do, let them know how long they can hang around, but also the presence in second mid. You study the demos, you look at the details, you kind of get a rough idea of the timings that teams like to take Halls and Boiler in their default rounds. And it is dupreeh and Zipex working on that real estate right now. Is up towards Banana, Magisk and Bubsky. Well, they're clawing that back too. So this is what you want on the T side. You get Banana control, you're going to get top mid control, and from there you get to decide which bomb site that you want to hit.
Good way to get information when you suspect there's no one actively holding. dupreeh makes no secret of his apartment's presence either.
You see the thing that's crazy about all of this, right? The moves that happen to go for peaks or the certain flashes, all of that stuff is so particular. But when we watch it and we talk about it, we just say, oh yeah, he does the boost to look over the wall. But it's which position do you stand? How do you mantle onto the head? How do we jump on up so we're not spotted? Like, you don't get caught out. Oh, almost caught out. Some toes. Twinkle toes of dupreeh. He's going to tap dance past that one.
Step ball change.
Shuffle stamp. Don't get us started on dancing, mate. Watch them pirouette into B here.
Ready to play and plie. Bubble in trouble. Red Star required. Up against the Stars and to the Stars. Astralis start. Zipex onto Red Star and the site is theirs. Oh. He's quick.
Oh, what is that?
Just nonsense.
What was that?
I just think he just unloaded a full spray. dupreeh's even locking the door behind him.
Oh, they're on point with an E here.
Yeah, and Dreamer drive by Bubsky for the pair, and that is 13. Yikes.
Broken, battered, bruised. Fiend have nothing to work with here. It was another good start to the half.
Again, the Zipex Mac 10 as well, running down Red Star.
What was
This?
What?
Okay.
No, what is that?
I don't know
What is that, dude?
I don't know what that is.
Magic, please.
Admin, check config, please.
No, but really,
Yeah, I
that
don't
was
know.
wild. And maybe a sound cue was heard, right?
Or
And
someone just screams banana, but like we didn't even, did he scope?
boshed him right there, didn't he?
I don't even know.
Okay, well, the fans for Australia's getting happy. Things are finally looking like they might conclude for them as 14 is destined. It is just the USPs.
Little insects. And they're leaping out of the apartment. Some tracking practice for Zip. He does take 2.5. Dupree looking to finish it off. Lovely stuff. Just the one casualty. Nothing to write home about for Fiend. And, well, with 3 consecutive rounds, we will get to see those M4s whipped out again. And for Fiend, maybe they need to make... Oh, no.
Oh, no?
Well, it's a tech pause.
Okay, but it's on the other side.
Yeah.
Australians are more accustomed with LAN.
Okay.
Right, they're not going to have as many dramas here. I can't wait to go and ask League. Maybe they won't tell me. I would love to know what the problem ended up being, and I'd love to investigate. So, you know, what caused us to have an hour-and-a-half delay? Oh, you know, there's a little bug in the system.
Yeah.
I love. It's all good, guys. It's all good. We're ready to go. We're back in. Don't worry. I know that most of you just had PTSD flashbacks. You're just caught up onto a
Like the
ball
dog
and
with the
starting rolling
cupcakes.
back and forth. The dog with the cupcakes?
The dog with the cupcakes gif. You know, he's getting like flashbacks. I don't know why, like I don't know the context of why he's weirded out about the cupcakes, but he is looking pretty weird about the cupcakes. You don't know it?
I've probably seen
I'll send
it.
you the dog cupcake gif.
Yeah, I'm not great with the maymays.
Alright.
We just used to call them jokes.
You called it, no, sorry, it wasn't you. It was Parla called them a gif the other day.
A gif
Can't believe he's one of those.
in a jiffy. Okay, well, no AWP, but Bubble, he doesn't mind. He's aggressive. He's going to post on up and even put some bullets through that smoke to no avail. And that's not Dr. Availer we're talking about. That's the success. Oh, it's going to be an A explode here, Alex. This one's about to heat up.
Coming in hot. Rotates on its way. The cavalry will arrive in time, and so will Dreamer. He has been given it everything he's got. Victor as well puts him into a great advantage. Need to finish his meal. Victor is doing it all. 3 with the FAMAS on site. Astralis left, just calling upon Bubsky, and he's got time to run around and play around a little bit. He's got the bomb on his back. He's got the highest frags in the server. He's teaching us all a pop flash. Good
Calm
luck.
it down. Calm it down. Look, damage is still really good here, right? I'm sure one of the players in the team is going to pipe up and tell him there's no rush for this. He still has 45 seconds left. If he can find a kill or 2, that's all right. And it's looking very sporadic right now. He's making no secret of his position, which means there's going to be multiple eyes drawn and, yeah, not able to get any damage done. So, yeah, just trying to go a little done too quick there, Bubsky. Was a 1-on-5, but there's always financial impact you can have. I'm sure they just want to get this one done and dusted, that's for sure. I still really like that new FAMAS, it's cool.
It is. It almost makes me want to use it.
Don't be fooled, stick with the MP9.
I bought the golden one.
Golden MP9?
No, the golden FAMAS. It didn't encourage me to use it. I thought it would.
Let's put it back in the cupboard.
Yeah, Stat Track 1.
Like the good China. Well, I don't think we'll see Astralis go for that play again just yet. Maybe more of the default spread. Here he is again. Bubsky, up he goes, and a flash, and he'll might even pick this corner. Some really good half-wall flashes, and oh, he's going to need some help. Bubsky, they're just there.
Oh, Red Star, 2 victims. 2 dog tags in his palms, and they're rapping as well.
Look
Yeah.
at this.
Issues, big issues.
They're in as well. They need to scoop up the bomb, sure, but they're in, and there's no way out.
And I don't suspect Victor's going to have considered this. Now he's going towards the coffin's side. Dupree will catch a lovely timing on this, and Zip already taking another body down. Victor, the impactful from the previous. Can he save Fiend? Stands, delivers again. Finally finished off, but they've handed Han a bit too much on his plate.
It's a terrible position. Do I go for this and try and win a 1-on-3 on the B bomb site, or do I save my AWP and see if we can contest
Play
against
for
15?
OT with the hero AWP.
We've had a lot of these games where we've been talking about playing for OT here, and this will be another of them. Great stuff from Bubsky. He's having a great game. 23 now for him, and 2 hugely impactful entries. Almost,
On his own.
I literally, but I don't mean literally. He won the round on his own right there. So, really good stuff from Bubsky. Yeah, it's really great to see, and yeah, this one. This one is going to feel like the first map where it's only a matter of time now until the Astralis close on out, because next round of play, we're looking at 1,900 as the loss bonus. So what I want you all to do is quickly add 1,900 to all the money that you see for Fiend. Bubble, plus 1,900, he's got 2K.
7,222.
You're pretty close.
Yep.
Yeah, you're pretty close. Yeah, so it's 39.50, the exact amount there. So it's enough for them to at least have rifles.
This is a reminder of Bubsky just winning the round at 1 minute 27. B defense completely pantsed. It enabled, not only does it create the space on the B side, right, but it also means that all of the projects on A are now no longer just a part of the default. They're also dealing with the rotations in the flank. It just ruins the day of Fiend. Astralis fans gathering en masse to celebrate. They are very, very close to converting here in the quarterfinal.
Gone for the big guns, Fiend. So they've gone for the AWPs. 2 of them in the M4s. They haven't really prioritized utility here. There is a light smattering, but the rest of them might get smattered.
Ooh, can't track him. Bubsky's going to do it again. 1.5. Bubsky
Oh, look at Zip.
caught the bubble nade. Zip,
Look
yeah.
at this.
He's waiting for you. And Hahn caught out in the off angle. Just looking for info, and he gets hot lead instead. Victor's up to no good. And wait, Lucky. Lucky considers it. Catches Victor on the flank. 2 remain. Tracked him nicely. Dreamer contributes, but it's all onto Bubble on B. He's looking the wrong way. And so the conclusion is reached.
Sorry, Dreamer, we're going to write you out of this one, mate. You have to, first of all, get past Dupree and CT spawn.
Yeah, and he's going to have to
Oh, he's noisy too.
clear this. Nice find.
Okay, that's the first big green tick.
Yeah, Lucky's got an AWP though, and you'd have to hit that first 1 tap. He's even got you till 4 days. That's nice. A smoke to close the gap. Magix has picked up an AWP as well, so he's posted up.
Okay.
There's something for Dreamer. And there it goes. 16-9. That's the conclusion we were looking for. Astralis wrap up Inferno and secure it, continuing in the upper bracket of those playoffs. We'll be back though. G2 ends around the corner. I'm looking forward to seeing those handsome faces